Is everyone ready to die today?
No! Wait!
I'd rather we didn't, if I had a choice.
We'll see. Welcome back
You
to
had your
the
chance
Emergency Power Podcast. Sit on down, charge up with us, and just listen to the screams. As relaxing as those are going to be.
I think mine's coming first. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
you took a shot last time.
Why am I always dying? I thought I was
that's a
supposed
very
to
good
be
question.
I originally planned this character to be the tank, but to be fair, we're only level 2, so I haven't really gotten to work on my build yet. It's
My
coming.
plan, keep you guys at level 2 the entire adventure so you guys can't do your build.
Please no.
Turns out
Please
this is
no.
an E5 campaign. Who knew?
That is so evil.
It is. I like to have levels really coincide with the experience of the characters. The game I ran that Cooper happens to be in, he likes to talk about how it took several years to get to like level 10.
Yeah, we might not even be there yet.
Well, I mean, the best experience is failure, so we should have got a lot of experience from last
You
time,
guys
right?
are level 16 now.
Honestly, after doing so many more high-level campaigns, I missed Adam's level scaling. I think it's nice to stay a little bit slower in the levels sometimes.
I
Gotta get a lot
want
more
to be
creative.
I want to get past that level 5
Yeah.
hump. Once I
Yeah,
hit level 5,
I get
I'll
that.
feel
Yeah,
good about
for
it, and then
sure.
we can slow
Like,
down.
I'm keeping this in mind. I am, don't worry. But it also is going to be at a certain pace.
I get
So there sadly are no side quests that you can go grind a bunch of those. Gather
What?
like 5 bunnies per quest. Do that 1,000,000 times until you level up.
Gotta kill all those slimes, man.
I'm pleased to report that
Slime
I've slaughtered
hunting.
over 3,000 mecha bunnies. We are now level 5.
Yeah, and in the meantime, we'll keep using Scrif as basically the guinea pig.
the
Yeah.
meat, the guinea pig, yeah.
The
that-
meat
that's
shield.
appropriate.
The meat from Rocky when he's like, punch the
rat
meat,
burger.
Rock!
Oh, Rocky. I was thinking Demolition Man, the rat burger.
My brain.
That's how I
went to,
feel right now after getting punched by that vest.
See, my brain went to Rocky Horror because you said meat, probably.
Ooh, that's a fair place to go.
It is.
I appreciate Tim Curry and his role in that. Oh, it's so good. Love Tim Curry. He's the best. All right. I think it's time we get back into it because we left at quite the occasion. You had gone up against Swarkus Gore, this overgrown Vesk. Scriff had gotten punched up against a pillar, cracked
Almost
the pillar
got one
through
punched.
him. Almost got taken down by one shot. You guys did a pretty good job, though. 5e came in, got a crit right back on him.
Yeah, that was one of the best
Hero.
crits I think I've ever seen in combat. That helped
Yeah, you guys
significantly.
sent him down the dexterity poison track, which when he went to trample on you guys, actually saved Pons from getting stepped on.
Yeah,
So-
it prevented him taking opportunity attacks, which allowed us to
Yes.
actually kind
Oh
of
my gosh,
kite
yeah.
back a little bit.
Yeah, that was amazing. And as you guys were really getting into this fight, an explosion tore across the area, deafened a couple of you. 5e at that time noticed in the elevator someone had grabbed Izbin Espa, thrown him over their shoulder, and he's like, I trust these guys, I'm gonna go after them. It didn't work out super well, if I recall correctly.
You know, I
There
feel
was
like
few
there's a
hiccups.
lot of value judgments placed in that statement.
No judgment here. Just I'm spitting out the raw facts.
Well, we forgot to upgrade 5e's software.
Yeah, you forgot the antivirus upgrade.
kept
and-
getting
Turns
that
out I'm still
postponed.
running Windows ME or something.
So this other unit's like, I need to download everything from you, and I need to upload some stuff back. And you
Sounds
tried to
awesome.
stop, and yeah, it didn't work out, and it sounds awesome.
Ooh, new features.
I love cookies.
Port forwarding, my favorite.
Then Pons 5e, you guys heard Swarkus Gore as the ringing died down in your ears a little bit tell you guys need to get out of here. Whoever's attacking this compound will take you, they will torture you, and they will get the information about drift travel, and I will not accept that. So he's like, take my ship, get out of here. And then he jumped off a cliff with jetpacks.
With jetpack, yep.
So it's pretty hardcore. I was impressed.
I'm still not sure who I'm supposed to hate more, the Gorgatal or these new enemies that have shown up.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know enough about them yet, but they
Yeah.
definitely just brainwashed our friend somewhat, is what it sounded like. I'm not sure
Right,
Pons
right.
really understands that.
No, I don't think that you two got that, because the elevator started going up as he jumped through the hole that Swarkus had made with his fist,
Yeah,
landed,
this is-
and then it
Their,
started
their
going up.
reprogramming has thoroughly assured me that everything is okay with this.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
I am not worried at all.
We definitely know something's up though, just because he would no longer be talking on comms, right? Like at the very
absolutely.
least.
Absolutely.
Something's wrong.
Okay, I was about to ask the similar question. I'm not sure if it was like, hey, 5e just followed these friendly units up an elevator without us, or if we'd really get like, yeah, that's
By
not
his
good.
estimation, yes.
Got it. Okay.
Because part of that update was to tell 5e that this unit is not only friendly, but also his superior unit, and he gave him some very ominous commands. And then
Okay.
the elevators continued to rise, which is where we left off last time. So, chaos reigns down below as the ship waits up above. Scrif and Pons stand alone on this elevator platform. Uzi Puswoon is missing. 5e has gone after Captain Izbin Espa, who has been grabbed by this unknown unit. The chase is on as we open the tomes of emergency power once again to Volume 1, Chapter 12.
Yes.
Woo.
All right, let's do it. So we're still in the elevator. Yes.
You guys are still rising in the elevator, Scriff. You've supercharged that thing as hard as you can. It's rising at a pretty good click.
Pons, can you give me any healing? I'm pretty hurt.
Yeah, I have just the thing, and you kind of see Pons's hands like spark a little bit, kind of like neurons firing. And I'm gonna put my hands on Scriff, and using Empowered Healing Touch, I'm gonna spend a Resolve point, and you will heal 10 HP from that.
Nice. That's the first time I think you've done that.
Yeah, it's an ability I've saved for a little bit here until a really bad scenario.
Nice work,
Saving it until you get punched by a Vesk.
HP only, not stamina, right?
It does just say HP.
Okay.
Yes, hit points.
Great.
Yeah,
that
not too
maxed
many
out my
things are
hit
gonna
points, so thank you.
Give stamina back. Oh, nice. All
That's
right. 5e. You have boarded a ship following the command of Superior Unit S3. As you get into the main corridor of this ship, S3 repositions the unconscious Izbin Espa over their right shoulder before turning to you. Data indicates 5e's proficiency in both evasive combat piloting and weapons system use. Select the appropriate position to occupy.
Assign unit to gunnery.
Approved. Plug into gunnery system, bring systems online, and disable any ships as time allows for. Then prepare for combat. And he runs down the hallway.
Directive acknowledged. 5E heads toward the turret.
Are we getting any feed on the comms during all of this?
Goodness, no.
Nope.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm pretty sure east of that Bolton.
And 5e, I'm going to need you to fire the cannons.
5E takes control of the turrets. He uses the beam caster to target a series of ramshackle, cobbled together vehicles, presumably crewed by some of Swarkus Gore's henchmen or henchpersons.
All right, give me some shots.
That is a non-natural 20.
All right, so you just keep shooting on this thing. As the elevator holding Pons and Scrif reaches the top level, a beam emanating from a nearby ship-mounted cannon thunders by. You're seared mildly and experience the ringing in your ears once more as a horrible explosion rips through the dark cavern and several ships erupt into flames.
Oh, I'm so
The
sorry,
mechanical,
you guys.
the mechanical whirring of a ship reaches its peak as the ship which fired their cannons jets off towards what is clearly an upward ramp out of the dome.
I get on.
Scrif.
No.
Yeah, everyone, give me perception roll real quick. As
Yeah.
you look around this cavern, you're seeing other ships. You're seeing most of them are now on fire. What do you got for me?
I got a 12.
12?
Can I
It's a
also
20
do
27.
something else?
Yeah, what else you want to do?
I want to try and get on comms and reach 5E. So I'll say, 5E, where are you? What's happening? Can you hear me?
Would a response to this be against my directives?
Here's what I'm going to have you do. Give me a will save. There, 5E. As you hear Scrif contact you over the comm unit, you know, you still have to operate within the directives that you were given. So, I'm really curious actually what you would say.
Wow. Well, my will save's only an 11, so I don't think it's gonna matter.
I tried.
So, static over the comm unit.
Something's wrong. 5E, he's not responding. We need to find a ship.
Looking around, speaking of finding a ship, you see one that doesn't look like it's been hit by this laser. It's certainly not on fire. You can tell by little lights blinking on it that it still has power. It looks like there was probably more that were working several seconds ago, but not so much now. And this ship must have been worked on by Swarkus Gore because there's heavy weld marks across the hull of this ship. And it's got this slim build to it that makes it look like it was kind of designed for speed, perhaps. And as you guys move towards this ship, a beam slides across you, and a voice blares out of the ship. Please present crew identification.
I'm Scrif.
Pons.
Identification accepted.
What?
The
He's told us
panel
to take our ship, right? Or to
of
take
the ship begins to lower down, and inside is a platform that chink, 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 chink turns into stairs as it lowers.
5E has to be on that ship that just got away, right? Let's go after him.
Have you piloted anything before?
No, never.
Oh. All right. Well, yeah. Let's give it a try then. And as I float
Okay,
over
well,
and hop in, I'm not gonna use
Who's
the.
going to what position?
I believe in us so hard right
Well,
now.
we need a pilot.
We do need a pilot.
I don't have piloting.
I'm going to let. I don't either. I'm gonna.
Oh, no.
As we're running into the ship, I'm gonna send one last message to Uzi just to let him know
Yeah.
what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, you
I hope
jump
we
on
see
the
you again,
comms.
Uzi.
You send it
But
out.
we're taking off in a ship, and we
Oh.
might die because none of us know how to fly a ship.
I wish I could leave something. Do we have any more of those snacks?
Computer, what is your name? What is your designation?
Designation by the captain is leave me alone.
I'll leave the dog slicer that I took from I think one of the goblins. It's kind of a little bit brutal, but just as an indication of like, hey, we were right here last time we left.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this place is about to burn down, but you know. So I'll
Fair
go ahead and
enough.
leave that out.
Okay.
See if Uzi might find it later.
Leave me alone.
What can I do for you?
Are you capable of autopilot?
I can assist you in piloting this ship.
Pons, there seems to be something wrong with the computer. I'm gonna try and fix that malfunction. Can you just take the helm? While
I kind of like how he talked, but sure. I'm gonna try to fix that.
Why, thank you, crew member Pons.
Kind of
So
sounds
I'm
like one
gonna-
of those like fighter arenas. It's pretty great.
Whether that's computers, science officer, or engineering, I'll run to whichever one would be appropriate to try and improve the ship's computer to repair that glitch.
Sure, that would probably be science officer. Okay, so Pons heads towards front of the ship, starts strapping into the piloting chair. I'm so happy you guys have decided to have Pons do this again.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, because last time I was in the giant crane above a mutated plant from the sewers, and that went super well.
Yep.
As you sit down into the chair, the head of a holographic projection pops up in front of you. This face with slick-backed, dark hair. Welcome, value crew member, aboard the skyship. No, I'm not naming this hunk of junk. Waiting for lift-off command.
Do I need to make a piloting check
Pons
myself?
is talking to you.
Piloting check, please.
Run, start, just go. Let's see what I got
Input
here.
accepted.
7.
You start picking up off the ground and you swerve a little bit and smack into another ship. Piloting assist engaged as it starts trying to swing you back into position, lining up with the escape ramp from Io as you hit the forward thrusters and boom, shoot forward. You go to hit the ramp and you slide along the ground a little bit as you go to pull up, shoot out into the open skies, and sparks fly behind you.
This is what
As
happens
I
when you
move.
steal our pilot.
Everyone over to the next map. And I'm also going to need a computer's check from you, Scrif.
Scriff's got a computer's check for you. It's a 26.
Nice.
Babe,
Just typing as fast as my little Yosuke fingers will type.
I like how you guys have gotten on this ship and you're chasing after 5e, and the priority is to fix this guy's speech impediment.
No, it's to. I want to get rid of any bugs in his system so that he
Yeah.
can assist with the pilot checks.
Yeah.
Okay,
if possible.
fair enough. Fair enough.
We're keeping the speech problem.
I'm really glad to see that you're paying attention to making sure that all the hardware around you is well maintained now, Jeff.
Wow.
The sickest of burns.
I deserve that.
And hopefully all of you can see this new map that you've been
Oh
brought
yeah,
into.
so we're like in a cloudy sky. That's
yes,
pretty
this
cool.
is atmospheric combat.
Yeah.
You can see the ocean down below as you guys
Okay.
pull out woof, past the edge of the desert over this vast, deep blue ocean.
And if I remember correctly, the original place we landed, it was this kind of whitish sand, or a very light, pale sand, correct?
Yeah, and it was highlighted by the blue star that this planet rotates around.
Okay. That's right. So that's kind of what we're seeing on the map down below us.
So, we're now going to move into EPN's very first ship combat.
Yay! We're doomed!
That sounds about right. Starship
Ah.
combat featuring 2 pilots. Not
Yeah.
pilots.
Featuring one pilot
On
That's
the
on
enemy
the other
side.
ship.
Uh-huh. And he's gunning.
Oh man. We really need you
Okay.
back, 5e.
Sucks to be you.
5e's working for the other team now. They paid better. Since this is our first Starship combat, do we want to go over the phases of Starship combat?
Okay, so at the beginning, which this kind of already took place as you guys got on the ship, you declare where you want to be. So you can change roles at the beginning of combat for free. It doesn't cost anything. You just move from one place to another.
Mm-hmm.
After that comes the engineering phase, where engineers will work on trying to keep the ship together. Helm phase, you guys are doing your piloting checks. You guys are doing any science station actions, and pilots will act in reverse order. In other words, whoever rolls the lowest will go first, and the person who rolls highest will react to them. So that gives the higher rolling ship a chance to maneuver out of the way and whatnot.
Positioning advantage.
Absolutely. Then comes everyone's favorite, the gunnery phase. That one seems pretty self-explanatory. And attacks happen in the same order as piloting, aka reverse order. So if the enemy ships fire before, say, they explode, that shot will still hit you, if of course it was accurate enough. So that's a very basic breakdown, and we'll probably get into it a little bit more here.
Yeah. And we're totally not looking at cheat sheets on our phones.
There's a
Why
lot
would
to
you ever
Starship
even say that?
It's a lot to these combats.
It doesn't matter because we don't have a captain, but captain can act during any of the phases, depending on who they want to give a bonus to. But we don't currently have a captain.
Yeah, captains are fun because they can throw out encouragement and, give people temporary bonuses each round, that kind of stuff.
Well, that does
which
sound fun.
would be so fantastic right now if someone was giving some bonuses.
It'd be more
But-
fantastic if we had a pilot.
Yeah, I really would.
Indeed.
Hold on, can I get a readout? What was your name? Leave me alone. What are
That's
the
me.
what are the armaments on this ship? What are its capabilities? And I'll pull up a list of its like weapons and of our own weapons and like engines and whatnot.
Okay. So this ship is equipped with a forward arc weapon, a mining laser, which has the special property of it can bore through things.
Cool.
It also has a very fancy Inbrooks magic torpedo unit
What?
on its turret.
I think it's Inubrix, but I'm not the authority
It
on
just
that.
sounds cool. I don't know.
Brix magic torpedo. It's probably a new Brix, but this is Fantasyland, so
What does it
all
do?
of the things are hard to say.
Magic torpedoes. So let's see. It's got some cool properties. So it's got the mystical property, which means when you attack with it, actually, Pons, we might put you in this. When you attack with it, you can use your mysticism and you can use your wisdom modifier instead
Cool.
of like a normal dex modifier.
Oh, wow.
So you can attack like it's a magic attack.
That is amazing for me.
It's also
Wow.
got the quantum property. So if you miss, you can re-roll it one time to try and get it to like re-target because it's a torpedo. It's guided, so
That's
it has
awesome.
it has a second chance on the following round to try and hit the target again. We might actually next round switch you up on that.
Last and final, weapons-wise, is the most effective weapon. You have a garbage ejection system. What that does is, if you time it right, if a torpedo or a missile is coming at you, you can shoot trash out to intercept it. But you only get one shot.
I only got enough garbage for one.
All right, so
Could've made
as
a
far
terrible
as
joke there, but
speed
no.
goes with this thing, you have a speed of 13 with a
fast
turn
boy.
of 1. So every
Yes.
time you move 1, you can turn again. Move a hex, turn again.
Awesome. Pons, this gun here, I think would be better for you. I'll take the piloting position.
Okay, if
You
you
man this
think so,
torpedo.
Scrif. All right, I guess I'll follow Scrif's order there and switch over to the torpedo.
All right. So we got Pons on torpedo, and we have Scrif on pilot now. Okay, let's do this, shall we? I'm going to need some piloting checks because no one moved into engineering. And here
Alright.
comes the combat music.
Yes. Favorite moment.
I had to time it with our first roll.
Let's go. Speaking of first rolls, what do you guys got for me?
I don't think I got this one. That's a natural 3 for a 6.
Ooh.
I think you do have this one because that's a natural 1.
Oh, right.
Yes!
Dude, my evil twin sucks.
5 is just gonna be like, I'm just fed up with you guys.
I
I'm
am
leaving
not
anyway.
impressed with the robots from this reality, okay?
They've been operating for a really long time, so, you know, what are you
A
gonna
little bit
do?
rusty on
Yeah.
the controls here. Just
have
got to
to
give
do
him a
the
few
software,
rounds
but
on the
their hardware's
stick.
terrible.
It'll be
I
fine.
think you should be letting me upgrade you, buddy. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
It was this upgrade was just full of bugs. You need to roll back.
So, while this is happening, I'm going to need a perception check from you there, 5E, as this ship is going to try to move around, cycling south from here, seeing if he can't get you guys in a better position. But with that 13 movement space, that's going to be very difficult for me.
Well, my perception result is an 11.
11. Okay, so you hear some kind of noise happening towards the front of the ship. You're not sure what it is, but it sounds like some commotion. And Scrif, go ahead and move as this other ship attempts to maneuver away.
All right. Let's see how far I can go.
Just across the map.
15, 20. Or no, these aren't 5-foot increments. What am I doing? Let me start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just gonna.
As he
Like
just
jets.
slides right
Yeah.
up to the side of this thing.
Oh, it's like a queen versus a knight. We're just tailing it. This is really. I really wish we had animations in Foundry so that I could actually play whatever that game is called. The
We could
little
do it Star
starships.
Trek.
It'd
We
be
could do
great.
it Star Trek style. Richard, do the Star Trek. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Just
shifting
lean
back and forth.
in your chair. We'll just have a little stick and we'll just poke the webcam that's on us right now to like shake it around.
Maybe you
Channeling
can
my
add that
inner
in.
Jonathan Frakes.
You can add that in post, right, Adam? You just add some shake to the.
So like one of those chairs like they have in
Definitely.
movie
That won't
theaters
be
that just like
difficult at
vibrate
all.
and move on you.
Okay, moving on to the punishment phase. I mean, the gunnery phase. Pawns, I believe that's
Yeah.
you.
All
Unable
right.
to establish target lock.
And I have torpedoes ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that
Beautiful.
torpedo, that magic torpedo launcher does not have a limit.
Great, it's magic,
It's-
right?
It's
Yeah.
magic.
Magic.
Oh my goodness, I'm doing amazing. That is an 18 plus 5 for 23.
Oh, this is making up for getting stomped by that Vesk Sworka score.
Yeah, damage is a 4. That's okay.
4 damage. You see
I
it
think that was actually minimum.
travel across the short distance and smash into the side of this thing as it explodes. See bits of it
All right.
flying off behind you.
Just to Scriff here really fast. We need some sort of plan to get 5e off board before we completely blow them up.
We'll just try to disable them, and we'll recover him afterwards.
Maybe I can take out the engines or something. Not allow them to move.
In out of game, bringing a ship to 0 hull points does not blow the ship up. It just
Yeah,
disables it.
Disables it.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool.
One thing that you notice about this ship that you're attacking, when that explosion went off, it didn't seem like it impacted on shields. It seemed like it went straight to the hull. looking over your system, Scrif, you notice that this ship has no shields either.
Oh, good.
So we
But
can blow
at
up
this
5e
rate,
right away.
that won't matter.
All right. That's really, yeah.
And that ends that round. Moving on to the next round. Any roll changes?
Nope.
We're on a roll.
Moving
I'm going to keep it going.
on. Piloting time.
Ugh, that's a 9.
Okay, this time the shoe is on the other foot because that is a 15.
Oh,
So,
my.
this time, the SS, no, I'm not naming this hunk of junk, gets to go first.
Okay. All right. Well, based on the ship schematics that we got for this ship, those torpedoes have a range of long. So what I'm gonna do is just blast off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is it
Oh,
13?
Jiminy Christmas.
All the way over here.
All right.
And I'll turn one time.
Okay, you just blast off in the other direction. The ship is going to start moving down south, starts turning, and is going to move a little bit to the west. Keeps going on this heading, then is going to actually turn even more south. Is going to actually point the back of the ship towards you.
I don't like that. It's aiming at our icons on the map. Is that what's happening? I don't know. I don't know else what is going on here.
Those don't exist down there in order to give you vision on this map.
Don't shatter the disbelief.
I was suspended so nicely until this point. All right, moving right along to the gunnery phase. You guys are going to get to go first, Pons and Scrif.
Yeah.
And then, finally, it'll be our time to shine, 5e.
Can we reach them from here?
Yes, we can.
Oh, great.
Our
All right.
our torpedoes have a range of 20 units, or no, 18 units. They have a
Jeez.
speed of 18, and we're 16 units away.
60. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
And even if we were far enough away, their torpedoes, they just keep flying towards the target at that speed
Good.
until they fail their target lock.
Indeed. So what do you got for me, Pons?
Yeah, that was a 14 on the dice. 19 total.
Oh my goodness.
Killing
Every
it.
time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pons is the
But-
DPS this time.
let's see if 5e can be our DPS.
So I'm guessing that vessel is within arc. Is it within range of that weapon?
It is not within the first travel increment of it.
See.
It's beyond the 12 that this has. However, if you catch them, then next round, as Jeff mentioned, it will just keep following.
Yeah, what you do is you get to make another attack roll with it next time to maintain target lock.
Well, then NR5E directs the light Aeon torpedo launchers toward the enemy vessel, striking a 15.
Does a 15 hit the hunk of junk?
Yes, our target lock is 12.
All right, so this thing can't reach it within this round, but out of the back of this ship, a torpedo launches off, and it will be moving through the next round.
We could intercept it and throw.
Richard, did you say the speed was 12?
It literally can't catch you guys unless you turn.
if we fly away the whole time.
But we'll see what happens.
We're having a great time over here, Richard. You should have joined ours.
You know, the important part is that the majority of the group is succeeding at something. It's a confidence-building exercise.
Only you had Uzi on your side there, Richard. I'm sure you would have done something.
That is a true thing.
We have to go back for him.
there is now a blip on the map as if on your radar of this torpedo coming at you as we move on to the next round. No roll changes, I'm assuming?
Nope.
All right. Give me some rolls for that piloting check.
That's a 21.
And this is a 23.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
I rolled high as well this time. Once again, you guys are moving first.
Okay. Let's try and just stay away from that torpedo.
Which way can we go here?
I'm gonna. It can reach us this time, but I can't get too far away from the other ship. So I'm gonna move a little to the east and south and just put them within shooting distance of us.
So, this craft is going to continue moving and is going to do a loop and try to come back towards you guys.
All right, what sort of check is required for the torpedo at this point?
As we move into the gunnery phase, you're going to give me another attack roll, same as you did last time. But since this thing is already tracking the other ship, that means you'll also have time to do something else during this turn.
Excellent. Well, the Aeon torpedo comes up with a 16 this time, baby.
No.
Oh, yes. It
no.
keeps getting better and
Okay.
better.
We might take a lot of damage here, actually.
If you're gonna fire the beamcaster, this front weapon, as you fire, I'm also going to need a will save.
Okay. As he's doing it, he's thinking, this is wrong. This is against my programming. I'm attacking my allies. And his will save is a 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, snap. Okay, so as you go to fire at this ship, I would like you to apply a -4 to your attack roll.
Okay. Interesting. So I still have to follow the directive, but I don't have to follow it as well.
You can, like, fight it
Yeah,
off.
you're trying to fight it, but
And he fires the beamcaster on the incoming junker.
all right. I want to see all the damage this time.
I regret to tell you that it's probably not all the damage because that was an 11 to hit.
Does an 11 hit this hunk of junk?
No. That's a 12 target. Or, yeah, that beamcaster's probably direct fire, so AC. It's 12 AC.
Okay. That may not hit, but as you guys swoop around, the torpedo chases after you. And I'm going to need some torpedo damage from you, 5e.
Oh, snap. It's time. It's
Hold
my
on.
time.
Hold, please. Because we have a garbage system. And that garbage system
this
has
is
the
true.
point property. So I want to read the. I want to. I think it's just a reaction to
Look,
do that.
I know your ship is a garbage system, but that doesn't mean I don't get to roll damage.
We have a garbage ship, and I want to use the garbage system. The garbage
Does it
ship.
actually just break part of itself off into space?
Yeah, you guys
It's
just
like-
kick
it's a
the back
smaller
end
ship
a little
now.
bit, and it just goes flying off.
Yeah.
Let's
Just float
see.
away with the rest of the trash, right?
Here's what point says. If a tracking weapon would hit a ship that contains a weapon with the point special property, the gunner can attempt an immediate gunnery check with the point weapon against the projectile, using
Huh.
the bonus listed in the
cool.
parentheses, which for the garbage system is a +10.
Ooh.
That's
And-
pretty solid.
That's
so
insanely good.
the DC is 10 plus the tracking weapon speed, so it's a DC 22.
Okay.
So you're
And
making
this is not going to be using any of the magic properties. This is
No.
going to be a
So
regular
You don't get your
attack.
+5, but you get a +10 from the power of garbage.
The power of garbage compels you.
Okay, Pons, jump
sorry,
on
+8.
the
+8.
Jump on the garbage.
jump on the garbage cannon and see if
Alright.
you can stop this torpedo.
Yeah. And then the plus with a 10?
+8.
+8. Hey, that's a 21. What is that?
Oh, it's not enough. It was you said the speed of the torpedo was 12.
That it is.
Did I miss it by
it's
1?
DC
no.
22.
Yes, you did.
Ah.
So you guys hit the drop the load button and it shoots trash out from behind.
Oh.
And it just was just barely off on the timing as this
Yeah.
thing goes right over it and straight at the ship. Richard is doing a happy dance.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
For
need
you
to
audio-only
know
people, I'm
how
doing the
much
shoulder
damage this does.
9 damage to your face.
Straight to the face.
I'm sorry, but also yay. I got to do a thing.
It's a good roll. Can I still make
Okay.
it an attack, or did I only do the garbage?
Oh, that's
No, that's just a reaction.
Yes.
Yeah. So now, Pons, you also get to take a shot as well.
All right, launching another torpedo.
All right, what you got for me?
Magic missile.
That's a 12 plus 5 for 17.
I would really appreciate you guys throwing out some ones here.
I haven't rolled below a 10.
Don't
this whole
jinx
time.
it.
I would
Why
like
would
to
you jinx
direct you to our last session of play.
Just accept it and move on.
Pons does not believe in karma.
All right, but does he
Fine.
believe in damage?
Yes, did you want me to tell you that damage?
I would like you to tell me the
That was
damage.
7, not too bad.
Oh,
We
God.
gotta be close to a critical threshold.
You're not close. You're over one.
Nice.
Yes. Okay. So you know how these torpedoes are really cool? There's one more
Yeah.
feature that they have that we didn't talk about, I don't think.
No,
which is
this
the
did not come up.
Inubrix portion of those magic torpedoes.
Oh, yeah, that funny word.
So what Inubrix does when the weapon scores critical damage against a starship, which is when it hits that critical threshold, it has a 20% chance to critically damage that system twice. So instead of that, normally that system would become glitching. Instead, it has a 20% chance to become malfunctioning, which is even worse for
So-
them. And
yeah,
better
do
for
I roll?
us.
Or does he roll?
I'm
For
gonna let
that.
you guys roll.
Yeah, just flat
It's your
D20?
torpedo.
So
Or D100.
so D100, right?
All
Yep.
right.
If it's a 81 or higher,
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Enter. Uh-oh. I think I just tried to roll 2 D100s. Hey, Jeff, you go ahead and take this one over for me. I tried to mess it up. Roll that
Okay.
D100.
At least he didn't try to roll D1 million.
Yeah.
that's an 83.
Yes!
Oh,
All right.
snap.
Got to be kidding me.
Oh.
Do you want me to roll the location as well?
Yes,
So
please.
happy for you.
That's going to be the forward weapon port is now malfunctioning.
No.
Oh.
Let me
that's-
see
it's like
what
everything.
malfunctioning does, because I forgot.
Yeah, that's not good.
What are you talking
I
about?
think
That's
it's
amazing.
just time for me to bow out of this episode. The role of Vinar 5e will be played by a potted plant for the remainder of the evening.
Where are the critical
CR1,
threshold
potted plant.
effects? So malfunctioning, a malfunctioning system is difficult to control. Crew actions involving this system, except the hold it together and patch engineer actions, take a -4 penalty. You also can't use any push actions. This stacks with the penalties from other critical conditions from other systems, which there are none. So -4 on any forward weapon shots. Have fun with that.
So the fun vacuum just went from suck to blow, I see.
Well, you are in space. Yeah.
All right. We did the damage and stuff a little out of order, I think, but it's fine because everyone got a torpedo in. Moving
We're just in
on
the
once
sky.
again. I'm just going to keep going to the checks until someone says I want to move to a different role or something like that.
I got a 7 on my piloting check.
And I got a 6.
Oh.
So that means we get to go first, because that's exactly what I wanted to do.
Muahaha.
That was the plan all along.
Scrif. What is your bonus to piloting, even though you don't have skills in
It's just my dex bonus, which is 3.
it? Okay, so not awful. Got something there.
Not great, but
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
It's better than my
Okay.
0.
We're going to try to close the gap here on you guys. See if we can't hits you just because of the spatial difference. There must be something, right? As it charges head first into the clouds right in front of you. You're up.
All right. I'm gonna go right on their starboard side.
Into that blind spot.
Into their lovely, lovely blind spot.
All right, launching a torpedo again. Here we go.
As that happens, give me another perception, 5e. What's that to hit with the torpedo?
Yeah, that was just a 13 that time.
Just a 13.
Not too bad.
19 perception.
19 perception. Okay. 13 meets it exactly.
Oh,
right.
yeah. Nailing it.
All right, then. Damage.
Ooh. Yeah, you can't quite hear what's happening down the hall, but you're again hearing this ruckus, and this time you hear a little bit of S3's voice cut in. Again, you can't tell what he's saying, but it sounds almost upset.
Well, my directives have not changed, have they?
They have not.
Then I'm to continue on my present course of action and not worry about that, I think. That sounds like someone else's problem. Maybe
All right.
they should have thought out their commands a little more carefully.
A better
This
pilot.
has been noted.
Yeah, they should have taken that into account, I think.
All right, what's the damage on that
That was
torpedo?
another 5 damage there.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not going great.
We need another critical threshold right now.
Yeah, you can go.
Okay, bringing it back around, piloting checks.
That's a 15.
That's a 7.
Ha! Why is it
All
that
right.
these two people who have never piloted a ship before are just dominating the flying?
I don't know. Hello, Tundra.
My rolls have been really solid. Like
yeah,
most, with few exceptions, over
I-
10.
I think this has
You
been
know.
the most consistent Scrif and Pons has succeeded on their rolls.
Absolutely true. And now, there's another distraction here that's going to make the piloting checks even worse as Tundra drops into the piloting room and starts distracting everyone.
It's like they have a cat flying or something.
All right, so the ship does a straight line trying to put you guys behind it. You're up.
Well, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
This maneuverability
try the-
is killing me.
We're gonna try the port side this time.
No, Tundra, no.
I'm so proud of you.
Do you need to take care of that, Adam?
Okay, I think he's sitting down on my keyboard.
Oh,
I'm
perfect.
sure that's fine.
Till he rolls a
All
D
right.
million and just breaks everything.
Okay, 5e, you've decided that's someone else's problem. So you're just gonna keep hands on the gun until such time as you have to deal with something.
Yeah.
So, Pawns, once again, take another pot shot at a sitting
'em
duck.
All right.
Oh, this magic missile is... Oh, gosh.
That's
it's
just a
glorious.
21.
That's just a 21.
21.
Oh, only.
Uh-huh.
Only.
Oh, there's some damage, too.
You know what? Next combat, I'm throwing a giant vest at you or something.
Oh, okay.
You did that one already.
All right, what was the damage,
That was
Cooper?
8 damage that time. Almost
Okay.
a max roll.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need another critical threshold, please.
All right, let's
Go
see if
for it,
that
Jeff.
1d100 helps us again. That's a 100.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
What?
That's a 100. So another double critical threshold, and let's see what section it affects. The power core.
Oh,
That was-
no.
That is like the best we could have hoped for. Okay, so power core applies to all engineer actions except hold it together and patch. A malfunctioning or wrecked power core affects other crew members' actions. So all actions now are at a -4. In addition, I think to
That stacks with the other
It does stack.
the forward is now at a -8 weapon, and the aft weapon is now at a -4.
Okay.
This ship, as it gets hit with yet another torpedo, is not looking very good. Smoke is pouring into the clouds nearby. Oh boy, and I'm gonna need piloting checks from everyone once again.
I'm feeling pretty good about this.
Imagine that.
You guys, I'm just happy to be here.
I got a 7 though.
A 20 total.
So I'm gonna attempt a piloting maneuver. This is a bad idea, by the way, but I'm feeling
I'm sure
cocky.
it'll work out fine.
Yeah.
I'm feeling cocky.
Yeah,
So
feel where you're coming from,
Choose your
Richard.
poison. I'm curious what you're doing.
I'm gonna do a flyby maneuver.
Oh,
All right,
good.
cool.
So one through, going right through him. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
We're
12,
hoping
13.
for a natural one right
So
now.
This literally on the map flies through their
I
space.
fly through their hex, and I make a piloting check, and if I succeed, Pons can shoot them from any arc, although we're going to use the same arc anyway. That doesn't matter. If I fail,
Imagine there'd be a collision if you fail badly enough.
it provokes an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
If I crit success, that's a +2 to your gunnery check.
Cool.
Okay,
All right, so
give me a
here's-
roll.
That's an 18.
It does not connect, and it is time for an opportunity attack. 5e, please, feel free.
Not today, kids. It's only a 2.
Womp womp.
The moral confliction inside you.
I hate that you have forced me to root for you in this combat. Adam's side. That's the worst.
Ouch.
What? Aren't you supposed to root for the players always? Come on.
Running out of sky here, so we're going to move forward a couple times. Get a bit of a turn going on here. Try to, once again, bring it around to face the enemy.
Oh, they're coming up
like
on our aft.
I like it.
Okay. Moving on to Gunnery Phase. That's going to be Pons going first.
Kind of want to try a different weapon, but it wouldn't be nearly as useful.
Well, we're currently facing away from them, so
Oh,
we already used our only non-forward arc, non-turret, which is the garbage ejection system.
I'm just really curious. What would that, like, the one that makes a mining laser?
The mining laser, yeah.
That sounds so cool.
We drill a hole in them.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. But I'll have to torpedo them. So let's
Imagine
keep it up.
that.
I can try and get you in position next time if you want to mining laser them.
That is a 18 on the dice, so a 23 to hit,
Yes.
and and that is going to be a
Don't tell me
strong
that damage
attack.
yet. It's not there yet.
Okay, sorry.
Because it's time for 5e to fire this forward arc cannon at a -8.
What,
Target
I
acquired.
believe-
18 or higher or something?
I'm hoping for that nat 20 right here.
Executing directive.
Do nat 20s actually crit in this?
They don't do double damage.
We're
they
about to find out because I just rolled one.
Oh,
they-
let's
they-
go.
they don't do double damage in Starship combat. They cause a critical threshold,
Ah,
which
That's
is almost worse.
probably worse. Yeah.
So 5e. Now you get to roll the D100 to see
Oh,
which system
yes.
this affects.
Just hoping they have a critty day.
Oh,
Looks like it's a sensors result.
Sensors.
so you have
Really?
damaged the scanner.
All science officer actions are now at a -2.
Boo.
Crew member Scrif, I no longer feel quite so well.
Ah, they messed up my settings.
Now, I do still get to roll damage as normal for
You
this,
do
though,
still get
correct?
to roll damage, please.
Alrighty.
We're going to get the result of the enemy ship. And by that I mean Scrif and Pons first.
Oh, nice. That was a 9 damage.
Nice.
1 shy of a max.
Very
Okay. And Richard, what was that damage?
So if you just take his number and you just flip it all around and turn it upside down, you get a 6.
All right.
6.
Oh.
Have we hit another critical threshold on them yet?
So this torpedo flies past as a laser hits your ship, damaging some of your internal systems. The torpedo sails through the clouds and impacts right in the front of the ship, and you see it explode the front area, and the ship begins to plummet.
We need to go in after them.
Yeah, swoop down below. I can
I'll-
I can get out of
yeah.
it if we have to.
All
Are we
course
still in
correct.
combat at this point?
We are not in combat because this ship has been disabled and is
I would
falling
like-
Right.
out of the sky.
That is unfortunate, but that hopefully means that I can do some things to help the situation. Because as I understand it, I am not currently under an active directive. I assume that the weapon systems are also malfunctioning.
Everything is down here.
Excellent. Then in our 5e, we'll abandon the turret.
You go to start unbuckling yourself, and the ship starts spinning, barrel rolling as you fall. So you're just being thrown from side to side within your seat. The hunk of
Feeling
junk
those G's.
is following behind, trying to keep track of this thing. It's a fast ship, so it's up close, and it comes down and hits the water and starts skipping and rolling end over end. I'm gonna need a fortitude save from you, 5e.
Alrighty then.
Hits this wave, gets kicked up into the air.
Fortitude save is a 5.
That's good enough, right?
Oh no.
At least it's not a natural 1, but it's a 5.
Okay. Boom, starts rolling end over end. And you're gonna take 15 bludgeoning damage as you're slammed around in this ship.
Why are you the worst?
Yeah, that's pretty rude, Adam. Like,
Ow.
it's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of
A lot of
damage.
damage, yeah.
Yeah, that leaves me, for those of you playing the home game, at 1 hit point.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Okay.
Uno.
Oh no, he switched to Spanish.
We knocked the settings. Right. Swooping down above the wrecked vehicle, there is complete silence save the ship's engines starting to gargle in the water. The blue waves seem near endlessly deep. Who knows how far the ship will sink and how quickly.
We need to get them out. 5e's still in there.
Yeah, Pons will fly out of the cockpit or the gunnery area as fast as he can, and try to look for 5e.
Okay.
Can 5e attempt to once more extricate himself from the turret?
Absolutely.
All right, so change of plan. This time he is going to try going up to the bridge where he heard the disturbance earlier.
Okay. So you are currently upside down as this ship is belly up. So you have to carefully flip over, drop down. And as you start moving into the hallway, you can see water has already begun to flood this ship. You start moving towards the front. And give me a perception check as you do. Pons, you came out of the ship and just started flying down, is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, I want
Okay.
to get to the ship as
The
fast as
hunk
I
of
can.
junk. Scriff, you bring it in, just hovering right above this wreckage.
Yeah, what I want to do is get it into position over like the airlock of the other ship,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to try and use the mining laser to cut open the airlock.
Ooh, give me an attack roll.
All right.
Perception results in 8, by the way.
Okay. What's that laser doing for you?
That's a 12.
12, give me damage as this thing begins to bore into, actually, you're not even going to need to roll damage. This thing is busted and it's not moving. You just bring the nose of this thing right up to the ship and drop a mining laser. So, for those inhabitants inside the ship, a mining laser cuts a giant hole several feet in front of you, 5e, as you put on the brakes, come to a stop, and brace against the heat of this thing. A transmission reads out across your screen, telling you to eliminate all life forms on the ship because they are hostile.
Oh no.
And as you see the laser dissipate, you see just for a second the flicker as if the sky has gone all wobbly for a second. Pons, also give me a perception check.
All right, that is a 28.
28. So Pons, from outside of the ship, you see the laser come down. You see a figure, what appears to be cloaked on top of this upside down ship. The refraction disappears for just a second, and you can see a unit looking very much like 5e with the face of a human on look up at you before jumping into the water before this camouflage engages, and you see a splash in the water.
I get up on the comms.
5e, can you hear me?
Transmission acknowledged.
We need to get you out of there. I've cut open a hole in the airlock.
Negative. We have to search the vessel. I believe Captain Espa is aboard here somewhere. Man, I'm going to continue trying to search the vessel to see if I can find Espa, and hopefully she is still alive and can be rescued.
Make it quick, the ship is sinking.
All right.
And I'll yell out, actually. One of them tried to escape down into the water. We might want to see if we can track him somehow, but he seems to have vanished. And I'll kind of float over towards the water to just see if I can catch any glimpse of the direction that he went.
Neutralize the target if you locate it.
5e, you keep moving through the ship. There's a bit of a hole that you have to jump over now. Water's pouring in, it's getting pretty deep. It's already at about waist level as you move towards the front of the ship. And you see, thrown against the far wall in the corner, floating motionlessly, is a small figure. As you approach, you recognize Uzi Pusswound.
Oh,
Uzi's...
how did he get in there?
Oh my
Probably had him in
gosh!
a backpack or something.
Oh, you bastard.
His helmet has been shattered, and his arms are splayed in unnatural directions
Oh no!
as he stares at you through nearly closed eyes. So, finally decide to finish job, computer head. Didn't have time to kill Uzi when he find you cutting off Bug Lady's robo arm. But you have time now. Uzi grins, a blood-filled smile. Uzi cannot fight back this time, but he dies hero, saving Fuzzy Scrif and Squishy Pons.
Do I get a will save to resist that directive?
You do indeed.
Oh my gosh.
Here goes something, kids. That is a 9.
So,
What was the phrasing of that directive again?
kill any living beings on this ship. They
Alright.
are hostiles.
5e raises his skip shot tactical pistol, trains it on Uzi, and says, I cannot deny my directive. I am sorry, friend.
Pawns, I will give you one chance to do something because you are the closest. And through the ether, you feel some disturbance within the ship up front. The brainwaves are not right. You have one chance and one chance only.
Okay.
No pressure, though.
Yeah. Let's see here.
He's got 1 hit point. Just blast.
You're not wrong. I could just throw a rock at him.
Actually, yeah.
Throw it down the hall. Just
If I were Pons, I'd kill me.
Pons. He's going to look over, and I believe I can do the daze spell to prevent him from being able to take that action if he fails that save
Oh, man.
without actually killing him. So I'll go ahead and cast that. Yeah, make a will save. 5e.
Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh.
Please don't succeed at this one.
I get a 12.
What is your save, Pons?
I'm pretty sure my save is a 13.
It should be, yeah.
It is a 13.
Yes! Yay! You have thwarted me in a way that I actually wanted to be thwarted.
You failed
Thank
again,
you.
But we get something out of it that time.
Yes, give me one more will save 5e as you are dazed and confused as you bring your pistol up to execute Uzi. Your head feels strange and you stagger back within this water that continues to rise.
15 this time.
Your whole core starts to rock. Parts are impacting against one another. A powerful order has been presented to you, but it appears to conflict with your core directive. Protect the primary target. Protect defenseless beings. Protect those with whom you have established a long-standing and strong connection. S3's stringent order to tell you to kill all life on this ship would force you to execute this creature, but it would defy your programming at a kernel level. This conflict drives you into a system-halting temporary freeze-out. That dizziness you felt is just expanded upon as you try to compete between these two conflicting orders within yourself. Your body fails to respond, and if you speak, it comes out in a broken whisper.
Error. Divide by 0. Error.
Pistol pointed at Uzi, who's just looking at you through the tiniest slits of his eyes. Pons, Scrif, what do you do?
What's going on? 5e Pons.
Error.
This starts broadcasting
5e.
over the comm.
Gosh. 5e was attempting to assassinate Uzi, but I think I was able to stop him. Uzi needs help, though. He's in the spaceship. He's
I'm
not
on my
looking
way.
good.
I'm gonna put the ship into like a autopilot to hold it in position.
Roger that, crewmate.
I definitely trust this autopilot to hold position.
He's so chipper. I like him.
And I will, I'm tempted to plug Cat into him. I trust Cat a little bit more than I trust this guy. But I'm gonna hop out of the ship and try to help the crew.
Okay, so you land on top of this ship, which there's only a bit of it still above water. What do you guys do? You know that 5e's inside, Uzi's inside, Izbin Espa might be inside.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna fly over to 5e first and use all my strength to try to help pull him out of there as he's erring.
Okay,
No,
go ahead. Give me
get-
strength.
Get Uzi.
You want me to grab him instead? I don't have anything
I'll take
to
care of 5e.
heal him. Okay, all right. I kind of turn, look at 5e, look at Uzi, and then like, well, he's lighter, and then go over to Uzi. What do you want me to do there? I don't have a healing touch left.
Can't you?
Unfortunately.
You have the empowered one. Can't you spend another resolve point?
I can do that. You're right. Yeah, it
Yay!
costs a resolve point, but I can't heal him. Never mind. Recon. I could actually heal him.
Things aren't as bad as they could be.
Good. I didn't see how powerful that is. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, Pons, I'll go over and I'll pick up Uzi very gently and making sure his limbs don't just fall right off. And, go ahead and spend another resolve point to heal him for 10 HP.
Okay.
Yes.
You heal him as you fly through what little space is left in the ship. Grab onto him, look over at the 5e statue just standing there with a gun pointed. Heal Uzi and start dragging him back out. I'm going to need an athletics check from you. Scrif, what are you doing at this point?
So Scriff's gonna come down into the ship, go up to C5E standing there motionless with the gun in his hand. I'm gonna take the gun from his hand, and then I'm gonna pull out Cat and plug Cat into him to try and reboot his software.
Okay, give me a computers check.
Adam, am I able to carry out any directives at present?
Well, as you are still on the ship and there are still living creatures on this, the confliction is going to remain in your system. You can try to move to assist because you have overcome this.
It's like tug of war.
Yeah, it's like tug of war within you, and you can do something, but it's very difficult.
I have been instructed to upload a worm to any system that comes in contact with me.
Oh.
Cat has just established a connection with me.
Yeah,
Indeed,
Scriff
it
does not know that.
has.
And
Interesting.
that's an 11 on that computer's roll.
All right. So, 5e, you feel that one of your tasks has been succeeded in some small way, and that kind of releases a little bit of pressure off of you, and you can now begin to move. It's still difficult, but you're able to articulate better, and you're able to move your appendages.
Don't worry, 5e. I'm going to get this sorted out.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, Scriff, because he's moving a little bit more, what you're doing is starting to work.
Right, I'm gonna keep working on him, try and get him into a condition that he can actually move out
Okay.
of here.
You want the athletics roll there, Adam?
That I do.
Yeah, that was a 3. Yeah.
So you're dragging Uzi, kind of like pulling him on top of the water, so it's a little easier for you, but you're still having trouble. And as you're pulling, Uzi looks up at you and says, "Bug lady, on ship."
Okay, can I like toss Uzi to safety somewhere?
I would not toss
He's
that
healed up, right? You healed him.
Better now?
He is healed. Yes,
Right?
he has healed, but he also had many broken appendages.
Yeah.
It's magic.
Yeah. It's magic. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Uzi,
Tell yourself that.
try to get out on his own.
Can I use him as the
Squishy
projectile
Pons not good at pulling things.
with telekinetic projectile? Can I shoot him?
No.
Is he
Please
small
don't
enough?
throw.
Creatures?
Please don't throw our friend Goblin.
Hey, it
He,
wouldn't
does,
do that
he
much
also
damage.
does not
I know
count
that.
as an object. He is
Yes.
a creature while he is still
Okay,
alive.
just checking.
If you were dead, then yes, you could do that.
Yeah, then
Theoretically.
I don't have a good option
I
here.
don't like
Does
that.
it look like the ship is gonna sink all the way?
Yes, and
It's on its
soon.
way. Well, you can sense things with your mind, right? So like
Yeah.
you can find Izbin.
I can find her, but she's gonna be underwater if I get Uzi to safety first. Is what I'm thinking.
Uzi tried to swim with one good leg.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't trust him to save himself.
You already healed him up. Like I think if we're gonna save everyone, that's as much as you can do. There's only two
Oh,
of us right now. I'm trying to get 5e going.
Okay. All right.
But I think that's
if you
the best
think
we can
so.
do if we're gonna save Izbin Espa.
Like a little tadpole, I release Uzi into the water to swim and fend for himself. And
Okay,
I'm gonna go
so-
searching for Izbin.
Okay, you Are you going to reach your mind out, or are you just going to try to...
I'll try to locate her. It's, I think, 30... I think it might be further than that.
Okay, so
30 foot,
the front of this ship is what took the final shot. So the cockpit is very nearly fully submerged in water. Scrif, you're kind of floating as you try to work on 5E.
I'll activate my voice command module on my armor and
Okay.
say activate environmental protections. And
Okay.
a bubble appears over my head to provide me with air.
Okay, as you do that, you're picking your nose up until the last second until this bubble comes over and then the water fills the cabin. What do you got for me on sensing life, Pons?
For the perception check would be an 18.
You can feel through the water, through the walls, not too far away, maybe in a room just adjacent to this hallway. You feel life signs that you felt before. You feel the mind of Izbin Espa, but still unconscious.
Okay. Yeah, can I also put on... I believe I had that from earlier still, right?
Yeah, your suit gives you protection. In your case, I imagine it just turns into a bubble. Boom.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll go searching for her. See if I can't
Okay.
help pull her out of there.
She's towards the back of the ship. You can feel it. You fly out of the water. What little area is left of air, turn the corner, and you see Izbin Espa strapped to a cargo net. She's just hanging limply there from the ship that is facing the wrong way. So it's nose down at the moment, and you're kind of looking up at her on this net.
Yeah, is there like a... I don't know what sci-fi version of a carabiner would be like, but is there something I can... Is there some hook I
You can
just
see
connect
that
with?
she was actually strapped in. It seems like someone took the time to attach them to this thing. So it's a harness. You come up to this thing and hit the button, and it chink, clips open, and she just falls straight down into the water. Splashes as she comes down.
Yeah, keep her head up out of the water.
Okay, Scrif, you think you got him. You're giving voice commands to Cat. Cat's doing everything it can, and 5e, you feel the movement finally loosen up as control is returned to you.
Servo motors online. Kinetic functionality at 8% of maximum capacity.
I'd ask you how you feel, but we don't have time. Can you move?
I believe so, yes.
Then let's get out of here. Pons is in the back trying to find Izbin Espa. We need to get them out as well. Can you help?
Directive acknowledged. I will assist.
All right, since this ship is sinking nose first, I'm gonna need a swim check from the two of you. Pons, what are you doing as they come towards you?
Kind of flailing my arms and yelling like, I'm gonna do my best to get her out of here, but she's unconscious and I don't swim very well.
All right. 5e gets a 21 on his athletics check and calls back to Scrif and says kinetic functionality improving.
Scrif got a 19.
19K. You guys beeline it for Pons. Down the hallway, around the corner, you see Izbin Espa floating there. Pons is trying to keep her head up out of the water. You guys grab her and start swimming back out of the giant hole that was bored in this thing. I'm gonna need a swim check from Pons.
There's another 4.
Pons is having
Yikes.
issues. You see the bubble that he's in trying to go into water, but the air pocket's keeping him up too much, and he's having
too
trouble
buoyant.
swimming out.
Can I disable it to do better?
Could
You might
could
take
5e
drowning penalties
could
then.
could 5e assist in getting both of them out more expediently?
You could go back and, seeing Pons not able to swim, go back, grab him, and start pulling him along with you.
All right. I'll give that a shot with a 16 athletics.
Okay, Pons, go ahead and roll to assist as he grabs you and starts pulling you down this flooded hallway.
5.
Oh, well,
Okay,
It's slowly getting better, I guess. Oh my goodness.
5e is essentially trying to walk along this pathway that's nearly vertical, trying to pull this air bubble of Pons through this open hole. Scrif, you pop up above the surface, hanging on to Izbin Espa. You see nearby a little green object floating.
Uzi, can you make it to the ship?
Maybe someone pick me up and put me on ship.
All right, as I'm gonna put Izbin Espa in the ship, and then go back for Uzi.
Okay, you start swimming. Back in the ship, this thing keeps sinking. It is now fully submerged in water. Scrif, you see the tail go down into the water. 5e, you get to the hole, grab it, pull Pons under, and just let him go and let the air pull him up to the surface as you start swimming your way up, and you
thank goodness.
surface shortly after, and the ship sinks, and there's like a small vortex trying to pull water in. You swim away from that, grab onto the staircase of the ship, and start climbing back on board. You see Scrif has Izbin Espa laying out flat on the ground. Pull the small goblin up onto the ship. The stairs raise back up into position, and you have escaped this sinking ship with
Which was
everyone still alive.
More difficult than shooting it down.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And if I had a spell slot, I had other healing capabilities or other things, but I was out from that last fight still. So that was really dire.
Oh my gosh.
Huh, that ship appears to be sinking. Guess we're not gonna get that back. And you guys start to take stock of what you're seeing here. You pick up Uzi and Izbin Espa and move them into an empty room. And as you lay down Izbin Espa, her orb-like eyes spring into life, and she suddenly attempts to struggle out of your grasp.
It's okay. It's okay.
Release me! I will
You're-
tell you nothing more. I will
You're
not
among
accept
friends.
your drugs anymore.
Captain Espa. It's us.
You're alive.
Barely. It seems
Everyone's looking pretty bad. It's quite the
Democratic.
motley crew staring down at her right now.
you've seen better days too, it seems. But we're safe now. We're going to get to shelter. You can relax.
She leans back against the wall, and something like fear passes over her features as she looks around the room and sees 5e, but she doesn't say anything.
I saw the robot that had you taken captive. It vanished into the lake down below us.
5e, you can feel her eyes are just sitting on you the entire time, even as Pons says this.
I really have nothing to say to her.
Hey Uzi, what happened there? Kind of vanished for a little bit.
Uzi, his glider start falling, hit window, and then I see something move in the shadows. Followed it, and Scrif on the radio tell me find elevator. So I went there and saw you. Tries to point at 5e. I drop down and hide in metal desk. I wait there and I hear talking, like 5e talking to himself almost. I hid there until I saw opportunity to get on ship. Then I crawl on and start attacking.
All right.
You're very brave, and you've done a great job. Now you can relax. We need to find somewhere safe to go. Do you think that your goblin clan could shelter us for a few days while we relax, while we recuperate?
If by shelter you mean shelter in big pot, then yes, they shelter.
Those parameters are suboptimal.
Like there's stew?
Espa, yep. Izbin Espa turns away from everyone, and with her two arms that are both on her right side, the other's missing, she wraps her hands around her body, and she looks back a bit and says, "Have any of you had nightmares since you were here?"
No, I don't think so.
I do not experience such phenomenon.
I did have a weird dream. I don't know if it was a nightmare, but it was very strange. I was back at the Triple Church.
Actually, I had a daydream. Would that count? It was
So you
something
are
about my past.
all seeing things. Do you remember anything about the crash?
Negative.
Just kind of looks at you, 5e. When I hit the drift, a torpedo connected with the Dalar. I watched the drift vanish before me, and in an instant there was a planet in full view right in front of us. Stella had already appeared in upper atmo, and the shields were blown away, and it was taking massive heat. I did everything I could to try to bring it down soft, but the wing blew, and the last thing that happened was we were coming in way too hot on the desert. I woke up in a searing pain. I was in the cargo bay somehow, and one of my arms was pinned under debris with an unendurable agony in my ribs. She turns and looks directly at 5e again, and that thing was standing over me, holding my arm. A chunk of body was still attached to it.
I turn
Then
and
is
look
it
at 5e.
reached to tear off my other implanted arm. A space goblin looks over towards Uzi, clambered in and knocked something over, and this thing vanished like a hologram. If only the goblin had been there to help. Instead, it came at me with a knife. I couldn't get my arm free. So, when that green Vatata came at me, I had to use his swing to cut off my own arm. Beast was so shocked I was able to kick it in the gut and run, but I tried to get outside, but I don't remember what else. Not before the prison cell and the nightmares. I've had these horrible nightmares since we crashed here.
5e looks back at Scrif. I have no memory of these events in my databanks.
So Scrif hasn't actually seen this other SRO yet, right?
You guys saw, going up in the elevator for a split second, another figure with 5e.
We did see a figure in the flames of the Stella Dalar, and I know that 5e was next to me when that happened, so I know it wasn't 5e.
So what have you done with my arm, SRO? Have you assimilated it into parts, or did you lose it and you've come back for the other?
It
We'll come
wasn't
and take
5e.
it. See what happens when I'm not trapped.
I repeat my previous statement. I have no memory of these events in my databanks.
I don't think it was 5e. 5e was with me. We saw someone in the flames of the crashed ship holding an arm.
I concur with that assessment.
I even have a voice recording of that day, if you want to listen to that. But it was just from my perspective.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a diplomacy check to try to calm her down. Anyone who talked, which is everyone here, can assist.
I do not assist.
I will roll to assist. It's an 11, so that should give you a +2.
It's only an 8, though.
So you get +2 from Richard.
So it takes a while to calm her down. And she still just keeps staring at 5e the whole time, glaring dagger. Not sure if she believes it or not. And then she kind of looks back over at the others. The dreams, I don't think they were just dreams. I think they were visions. A message. I saw it every night when I was in that prison cell. Replaying endlessly each time I slept.
What did they say? What happened in these dreams?
I watched the stars vanish. I could feel the sorrow crushing me. A complete sorrow at the things that had done this, cut this system off. They planned to do it to every system in the galaxy, every system in the universe. Triune. This place is a prison. And the prisoner here is the only one that could stand against them. Keep uncovering the truth in the next chapter of the Emergency Power Podcast.
Oh my.
Oh man!
And everyone's level 3.
Oh, finally.
Let's see here.
Woo!
Sweet, sweet day.
Yeah.
When life drains you down, charge up on the Emergency Power Network. Theme song Triangles by Diamond Ace. Find them at bandcamp.com. Music provided by Nicholas Judy of Dark Fantasy Studio at darkfantasystudio.com and Tabletop Audio. Find them at tabletopaudio.com. Font Azonics by Mixo. Find them on Twitter at MixoFX. The Starfinder role-playing game, including its official lore and images, are the intellectual property of Paizo Incorporated. All rights reserved. Narrated by Danny Lee Collins.